So you guys all seen what happened in Memphis, right? With Tyre Nichols. It's obviously it's really crazy. So, what do you think about that situation? What do you think we need to do, like, in future generations, and how do you think we could change?
I feel like there needs to be some reform within the police force and how they operate. I feel like historically, minorities, especially black minorities, have been targeted by police enforcement, by law enforcement. I just feel like we pose more of a threat to them visually. I don't know why. Like, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, like, I feel like they need to have better training in what they do on a day-to-day basis. Like, why was he handled like that and someone else wouldn't have been handled like that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, being a black man, especially in North America, at times it could be scary. You know, like some of these guys, they go out, they never come back home. You know, so like changes just have to be made because like stuff like that has been happening for a while, like ever since like the Zimmerman times.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say, yeah, since Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, that was the first one I remember, but like, yeah, since Trayvon
Rodney
Martin,
King,
yeah.
all
Yeah,
the way.
Rodney
Yeah,
King.
so I know
Black
like
one.
Canada and America is kind of different, like, but like it's an issue that black people face across the world. You know what I mean? So changes definitely have to be made.
I can't think about changes right now, but one thing I'm thinking, especially when it comes to Tyre Nichols, is like, especially us as black people, and now that we think especially it's Black History Month, like we need to be accountable to ourselves before we could be accountable to anybody else first, right? But now in this case, we have to answer to the fact that it was five black police officers, right, that killed another black man. So now we need to look within into our own community and say, how can we do better? How can we view ourselves differently? And how can we operate differently? So I think us as black people, we need to hold ourselves accountable, and we need to look at ourselves. We need to look at ourselves differently. Related to that, what do you think us black people need to do as a community, just moving forward, just to take the next step? You know what I mean? Like not related to policing or being oppressed, just related to like as a community.
I think sticking together, like every other race does it.
Yeah.
You know, like you know, buying from black grocery stores, buying from black you know, retail stores and stuff like that. Like keeping, and it's not to say that you can't buy from other races, because what the hell, like. You know, but I feel like sticking together, supporting our, like, you know, and financially with education, like teaching us our history and not these textbooks in schools that we're like subject to. That was done on purpose to take us away from our history. Like, our history is rich, so we need to learn that, and then we need to stick together. We need to buy from each other. We need to, you know, hire each other.
I support that. I don't know. I support that 100%, especially when you see like how does a community develop, and it's like it's keeping that dollar within their own community. I think the biggest way that like we can develop as a community is through economics. You know what I mean? Like when you're empowered economically, then people can't treat you a certain way, and they can't, like, now you actually have the resources and you have the connections once you have the economic means to make different decisions. So especially if you talk about like us as black people getting treated differently, or how it was in America with redlining and people not getting access to loans and stuff like that. Like, if we address these financial issues, I think a lot of these other issues would be addressed too, especially like when you're talking about even in healthcare and stuff like that. So I think that's what I think. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to try and keep money in your community and trying to, like, doing your best to go to a black business for certain things, because for the last couple hundred years, people would look at us black people like, oh, I wouldn't want a black lawyer, or oh, I don't want my doctor to be black, yeah, which is crazy, right? Yeah. But like, so like that shouldn't be an issue. Like, we should be able to support each other and to lift each other up, and we don't need black people that are only athletes like us and artists. Like, we could have a black doctor, like we could have a black real estate agent or a black mortgage broker and stuff like that. So, I agree. Yeah.